Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan Nair. Basically, today we are going to discuss about the Formula World, that is basically a 36th number part. Basically, till 35th we have already discussed lots of things. Basically, now basically we are going to discuss little bit more about the cyber security, cyber crime, basically cyber high courts and cyber supreme courts. Little bit more about this things basically. Now basically we will say that. We'll take one example. For example, uh, there is one website called Rediff website basically. Rediff basically we will take any example. Basically we are not pointing to the sales department of the international, basically entire India sales group, basically how they are handling the sales industry. Sorry, the IT sales industry. If IT sales industry is up to that level they have planned, so just imagine basically up to what level the normal sales industry might have planned. So it's very bad. Somebody has told that धंधा है तो बहुत गंदा है. It's 100% correct. It's very bad. And basically we are discussing about the cyber industry. Then basically the how they will have handled the sales industry basically. I will take one example. For example, today is basically uh, 12th 12th April 2023. So basically today basically till afternoon there was no business happened of the shopping website of the from the internet basically. Business means there was only 10% business has happened. So like this, basically what happened? So basically each and every news websites, each and everywhere, basically the bikini model basically were placed basically. Bikini model placed means whenever you are going to open that website, you are going to see that bikini model. So that is basically defined as a crime basically, right? That is declared as a crime basically. So if that is declared as a crime, that means you have done some crime. You have done some crime basically. So just see basically if the business does not happens, and if the business happened, then the cover letter of cover page of the, that is basically front page of the websites which you see, that is basically normal. But if you don't give business to the IT industry, that is basically shopping website, the business has not happened. So they have displayed the bikini model basically. So if you are seeing that bikini model, you are going to get the punishment. That is basically negative energy is going to pass to your body basically. Like this basically, this is was just small example basically I have taken. In real basically, if up to this level the in front of you basically this has planned everything like this basically, then basically the energy level basically which you are getting from the websites, how bad that might be, how negative basically energy might be passing to the websites basically. You can just imagine that basically the website creator also might not be knowing, but this is this entire sales industry who is handling the sales software IT sales industry. They have planned basically, they have planned so bad basically, they are spreading the negative energies. So negative energy means that is by default going to harm your body parts only, because you have opened the websites but you are not because the sales has happened 5 percentage of till now basically, the sales is not happening also in the shopping industry of the from the website. So like this basically they are passing the negative energies. And like this basically whenever you are going to open any of the website, there basically negative energy is going to pass because the sales has not happened. So the sales designed, the person who has designed the sales, basically, he basically has designed sales up to that level that basically whenever you are going to open any of the website, that is basically negative energy is going to pass. So like this basically it's a very bad sales basically you can say. This is basically the normal IT software sales basically you can say. That is basically shopping website sales which is happening. So if this normal software sales is up to this level basically, then basically the normal then the cities, countries, big level sales basically, how that would be very bad. So that is basically I'm not pointing any of the people basically, but this is fact that this is the sales industry, and this and basically what sales actually is. There is basically when I basically given one interview in Dubai basically. Sorry, basically for Dubai basically, I am basically a software delivery. I am a software person, but I went to basically a few time back. Basically, I was not getting job, so basically I plan to shift the plan to shift to countries to the another country that was basically Dubai. In basically interview basically that time basically I was asked one person question basically what actually sales is. So the person who has asked this basically he should watch this video, and basically we are going to take one sales session also basically here, that actually what actually the sales overall sales is, and basically how that basically is impacting each and every people in the normal life basically. So this is basically a normal scenario. Here basically it's one normal person is opening the websites, that is he is getting the negative energies and not the positive energy. Positive means healthy energy, you can say. So basically, there are two types of energy. One is negative energy and positive energy, which is getting passed. So basically, here the sales entire industries basically it's not they are not doing because they basically might not be knowing this everything, but the designed basically the people who have designed the sales basically of the IT sales basically they have designed this, and this basically was approved by the cyber people also, because cyber people have told that previously also this was happening. So basically we can't do anything, and we are basically into whatever things which was basically is existing, which existing as a manual work, that basically it is getting converted to the software industry. So in the IT industry basically, so whatever manual work which was happening previously, that is getting converted to the software industry, that is basically in the software, that is basically this is a shopping website. So basically it's a policy basically, policy manual policy is getting converted to automatic policy, that only is happening. So basically we also can't do anything because cyber as the computer industry is whatever things manually happening, that is to convert to the automated system. So that only the cyber industry has done, that only the software industry has done. So here we are talking about the cyber industry, basically how they are telling that we have approved it, and the negative energies and positive energy, because they told that there are lots of doctors are also there. That also government is telling that, because in cyber industry, government is handling the cyber industry, right? So basically here basically government is telling that we have lots of doctors also in the city basically. Then how basically we can give them a business? That is also one question basically was asked by the government people. Basically, government people are were, telling that the cyber industry is working under us basically. So like this basically the cyber industry told that we are handling the negative energies and positive energies, and like this basically each and every industry basically says that we here basically we are discussing the formula word, and in formula word there is because why basically we have taken either cyber word basically. Cyber word basically each and every expense is basically if you want to track this basically that how bad cyber industry is, then basically you can track any of the formulas and the detail of the formulas basically. You can say project management, you can ask project management industry who created the each and every formulas, each and every attributes. You can track basically if you want to track this basically how bad this is, you can see the each and every attributes detail part basically, how basically this attribute is created, and the in this attribute what are the things, what are the plus minus is happening in this attribute basically. So detailed description you will get basically that for example in actual cost what are the categories basically are placed here in cyber industry basically, how much level of data are basically doing plus minus in the formula basically, which type of attributes this world cyber data is basically is getting calculated. So basically here basically we are discussing about the cyber industry basically. This is basically one category of the we can say it's one of the category of the formula basically, you can say formula, sorry, attributes formula basically, this is one of the categories. So basically in this category in this attribute, that is basically a formulas attribute, in this attributes this cyber expenses and profit are also getting added basically, because cyber industries are also using software. So basically, is software which are whoever is using, they are going to basically going to get add in the formula basically of the project management plan. So basically, if you want to know how bad the cyber industry is, that basically you can find it from the project management plan accounts department, because they are doing the plus minus of each and every categories, and each and every categories up to what level they have designed the, because whatever things you are doing from the software and from the from that category, for example cyber basically up to what level things are done, up to for each and every level task basically you are doing there, basically expense is going to calculate it. So expense is getting calculated also, that basically everybody knows. So each and every expense are getting connected to the formulas, which formulas attributes basically you can say. So here basically we have discussed about the cyber security, cyber crime, cyber high court, cyber supreme court, cyber groups, basically how basically sales industry is connected with the cyber. Basically just now we have so, and we are going to see one sales topic also, very big level topic basically how basically sales is getting handled, and how basically sales are getting handled by the malls, by the shopkeepers, by the internet business basically sales we have already saw just now. So basically here each and every things are going getting added in the formulas and the attributes. And if you want the detail of the each and every attributes basically, then you can the um, ask the project management plan industry to tell them that we want the detail of the each and every attributes and each and every formula. This is basically connecting like this basically. The Microsoft Corporation asked the government to give the detail of the tax. So tax detail basically contains if the Microsoft Corporation is paying the tax amount, that tax amount basically is, for example, some amount 10% tax he is paying of the income. So basically 10% he is paying to the government. So government is doing what of the tax. So 10% is only of Microsoft. Like this, basically, there are many software companies. They are paying the tax amount. So they basically ask for the detail of the tax. That basically you are taking the tax amount, and where basically this up to why you are taking 10%. So basically, what is this 10% depth formula? Basically, you can say. So basically, you have spent something. For example, you have spent creation of text box. The creation of text box has taken 1,000 cities. From the 1,000 cities, basically the text box creation has happened. So like this is the one of the expense the government has done. So government is telling that these expenses we have already done. So for that, basically we need the money. We have to take the. We have done the long term plan, and in long term plan we are taking the money little bit slowly. We are taking the money from the vendors basically, from the customer. So Microsoft Corporation is the customer. So like this, basically 10% tax is basically taken by the government. So that the detail basically Microsoft Corporation can ask if they want to ask. So basically, we are stopping of the formula word, that is basically 36th number, and in 37th number we are going to discuss a little bit more about the formula word.